Thank you very much. I'm here to basically inform you about the future trends in project management that our institute has researched. Also, I would like to inform you how we are celebrating our 50th anniversary. And this is a milestone year for us, and it's important to celebrate it in the best possible way. I've been here in Thiruvananthapuram earlier in a couple of the conferences of the chapters. I'm very happy to be here once again to present at this forum. I would also like to congratulate the Kerala chapter for hosting this regional conference this year. And it's a milestone year for them also, so I would like to congratulate them for their 15th year anniversary. And would also like to thank all the past presidents of this chapter who have brought it to this level. I'm sure they will be reaching new heights, including Krishna Kumar mentioned that they are nominated for an award, so hopefully you should get it. The chapter has been doing some great stuff. I've been told that they've been partnering with local startups. They've been doing a lot of things in the academia sector. They've been tying up with a number of universities, holding number of programs there, and that's something amazing that all of you are doing. So once again, congratulations. Let me just tell you a little bit about myself. I've been introduced. I'm a civil engineer. My specialization is in construction management. I manage projects, and there are a little different type of projects where we deal with repairs, we deal with retrofitting structures, we deal with change of use of structures, like converting warehouses to industrial plants and those kind of things. So I deal with a number of different types of projects which are in the construction area. Project management being a very stressful profession, I would say, because all of us project managers are tremendously driven by we got to deliver something in a given amount of time and cost. So I thought of starting a LinkedIn group called Humor in Project Management, and all of you can join this group, almost touching 60,000 members as of today. So I would invite you to join that LinkedIn group and share all the humor instances at your workplace to relieve a little bit of stress. So PMI has been celebrating the 50th year this year, and we have basically, as a board, decided to celebrate it with a social cause in mind. PMI as an institute needs to keep on evolving. Transformation is happening everywhere, worldwide. All of us have heard about digital transformation. All of us have heard about digital disruption in every industry of this world. PMI too needs to transform as an institute, and we as a board are on the path of transforming this institute digitally. Our India team just recently kicked off their 50th year celebration activities, and there'll be many more ways of celebrating this 50th year, and all of you can also be a part of the celebrations of PMI's 50th year. We have been celebrating the 50th year in support of digital transformation. Some of these banners that you see basically tell what project managers have done for the world. We made breakthroughs, right? Technology has been made possible through project managers. Innovation has been made possible through project managers. So there are different ways by which project managers are contributing to this world. In the next several months, PMI has pledged 50,000 hours of volunteerism in terms of social welfare. And you all will have a chance to contribute to that. Let me play this short video on the celebration.
2019 will be more than a celebration of our 50th anniversary. It will be the start of a project management global celebration of service that will go on throughout 2019 and beyond. PMI is leading an effort to elevate project management to a worldwide audience, while helping to address important issues and causes in local communities that will help ensure a better future for all. We will engage PMI members, certification holders, volunteers, and all those involved in the profession to pledge their skills and time, with the ultimate goal of 50,000 hours pledged, to help organizations within their communities to drive action and support achieving the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. These are goals that the United Nations has established as a blueprint to achieve a better and more sustainable future for all. They address the global challenges we face, including those related to poverty, inequality, climate, environmental degradation, prosperity, and peace and justice. The goals interconnect, and in order to leave no one behind, it is vitally important that society achieves each goal by 2030. Participants' commitment will be captured on PMI.org, offering the opportunity to share success stories with a global audience. The very best projects will be highlighted with film documentary footage. We'll be showcasing the ideas of our most original thinkers, inventors, and visionaries at PMI live events throughout 2019. PMI is teaming up with TED, renowned purveyor of talks on interesting topics in a wide variety of subjects. Presentations under the TED banner will become content not just for PMI, but will also be hosted on TED.com, spreading the word of the project management profession and its impact and relevance in today's world to a broader, new audience. TED Talks capture a global audience of over 1 billion thought leaders and influencers each year. Additionally, PMI Global Congress, EMEA Congress, and PMI Global Conference will feature special guests, 50th anniversary giveaways, gala receptions, and much more. Please join us in our 50th anniversary celebration and visit pmi.org/anniversary to learn more about how you can get involved.
So that's the 17 Sustainable Development Goals of United Nations, which PMI is supporting. And all of you could get a chance to participate in activities that could be done locally by the chapter here. So I would encourage all of you to contact the chapter for participating and volunteering for these activities. So PMI Kerala chapter has been doing a lot. They've been volunteering, especially during the floods last year. They've been doing a lot of initiatives in terms of coordinating the flood relief efforts in this region. And they are still doing a lot more social activities. So you should participate in these activities. This is the flood relief operations that had been done by the chapter. In terms of projects, all of you know of this project. Which project is this? Cochin? Cochin Airport, right? This is India's first airport which is 100% solar energy generated, okay? And this is basically the achievement of project managers who have delivered this project within record time. So these are the kind of vision that are thought of by leaders of this country, and this is how project managers achieve these visions for our country. Another project very close by to where we are is the stadium right next to this premises. And this is basically the stadium which is 100% eco-friendly, and that's the first such stadium in India. So it's not just about growth, it's about sustainable growth, and sustainability and growth go hand in hand for us project managers. This is another project, which is the Kochi Metro. And the Kochi Metro is different in many ways. One of the major differences is that it's using disruptive technologies to enhance the value, and is the first metro system in the country which is using open data format that helps citizens better plan their course. So it's the first such project, metro project, which is using an open data format. And that's another achievement in terms of project management. So all of us have heard about digital disruption. As a PMI Board of Directors member, I have traveled the world. I have met project managers from different parts of the world, and I talk to them about the challenges that they face as project managers. And one common thing that comes up in my discussions with them is that virtually every organization is faced with the challenge of digital disruption. And as project managers, we need to drive our way through this era of digital disruption. We need to find different ways to innovate. We need to find different methods to navigate through our projects. We need to find different ways to actually do things that we need to do. So we as project managers need to think differently. We need to change. As a bunch of talent that we require, that needs to change over what we currently have. How many of you have actually heard the Projectified with PMI podcast? Very few of you. So PMI has the podcast. If you use the podcast app on your Android or iOS platform, there's an app for Projectified with PMI. It's a channel on the podcast app. Please subscribe to it. It's a free podcast that comes up almost every 15 days or so. And this talks about the latest developments in project management. One of the podcasts was featured by one Dr. Michael Chui. He's an expert in artificial intelligence. He works for McKinsey. And what he said is that 50% of the activities that are done by people at that job are going to be replaced or can be replaced by existing technologies. 50%. And there are further technologies that are being developed and researched that could even tap more than 50% of the activities that are done. I'm not saying 50% jobs are going to be replaced. What I'm saying is 50% of the activities that are being done at the job can be replaced with technology, can be automated. And that's the trend that is disrupting the companies worldwide. Let's go to the infrastructure industry. It's not just the software industry that's being hit by technology. The infrastructure industry, too, has seen a phenomenal change. Building information modeling, it's basically technology used for construction. It's a 3D modeling technique. The buildings are modeled on software. Architectural, structural, mechanical, electrical, plumbing, heat, ventilation, air conditioning, everything is modeled on the 3D software. And through the software, a clash detection can take place, and the project manager would be able to identify the flaws in the design before the facility is actually constructed. Amazing technology, saves time, saves cost, designs can be corrected right before the construction takes place. building information modeling is being adapted worldwide, and in India too, we have organizations that are slowly adapting building information modeling. In fact, governments like Singapore actually statute that all building proposals should be submitted in a building information modeling software. So this is the future that's impacting the construction industry. $88 million individuals is the requirement of project managers worldwide. And this number is increasing every year. This is the number that has come up through our research worldwide. The world is becoming projectified. Everything is becoming projectified. All the new initiatives and organizations are run like projects. And project managers are going to be invaluable in these kind of initiatives. Our research says that in countries, developing countries like India and China, the demand is much higher as compared to the developed world. For example, in China itself, an average of 7 lakh project managers will be required every year. So this is the volume of project managers that are going to be in demand. Roger Martin, he's basically a strategic business consultant, and let's hear what he has to say.
So this idea that you can look at the company in this simple piece part way and run each piece part well and it'll add up to something good is just not showing itself to actually work. And I think it's becoming less effective as corporations get bigger and more complicated. Corporations now are of a size unimaginable even 50 years ago. I think that if we switched from the notion that all jobs are flat to a whole set of jobs are actually project-oriented and organized around projects, I think we'd have higher productivity, higher satisfaction, and greater adaptability in the corporate world.
What Roger Martin is saying is that we have job descriptions. The ideal employee in an organization does not do the same kind of work. His work keeps changing day by day. And what he's saying is that job descriptions are not going to be the way organizations are going to move forward. He says the way the work has to be done in the organization is by projectifying and assigning projects to a group of employees. Job descriptions will slowly become obsolete because employees are going to be expected to have different talent in different points of time. So that's what Roger Martin is saying. PMI comes up with the Pulse of Profession report, which basically tells us how the profession of project management is moving in the future. This is a research that has been done in the past 10 years, and every year PMI comes up with a prediction as to what the future is going to be. Let me share a little bit about this publication of 2019 that has just come out last month. Some of the key takeaways of this are the wastage in projects. Almost 10 to 12% of the amount invested in projects in organizations worldwide get wasted. In India itself, if you see the figure, is as high as 16%. 16% of the money that is invested on projects gets wasted. It's quite high, and this needs to change. Now, these numbers have been pretty consistent for the last 5 years. There's not been much change in the amount of wastage that has been happening in the investment on projects. Something needs to change. And we came up with these 3 parameters. One is the executive sponsor. You need engaged executive sponsors to ensure the success of projects. The second one is projects have to be aligned with organizational strategy. The third one is control over the creep of scope. So these are the three key factors that can impact the success of projects and can actually reduce the wastage on projects. Now, these aren't really magical ingredients. So this year, we've come out with one more additional essential ingredient that project management talent must have in order to successfully deliver the projects. And this ingredient is PMTQ. All of you know about what PM is, right? Project management. But what's TQ? TQ is basically about technology talent. It's about how project managers can adopt new technology, how they can manage with new technology, how they can integrate the technology within their projects. And so there's a technology overlay on top of the talent triangle of PMI. It's important that project managers learn technology, and it's important they learn how to integrate technology into everything they do on projects. Take artificial intelligence, for example. One of the reports by Accenture recently predicted that between 2018 and 2022, investments in AI and human-machine collaboration could boost the revenues by an average of 38%, which means that if you adapt those kind of technologies in the organizations, it could actually reduce the wastage and boost revenues by 38%. That's a huge number. And so technological adaptation is the way to go in the future. Of course, there are ways of defining PMTQ. What is PMTQ? It's basically always on curiosity. Project managers need to be curious. They need to innovate. They need to find different ways of doing things. And that's what's about curiosity. The other thing is all-inclusive leadership. Basically, it talks about leadership not only needs to manage the projects, but they also need to manage technology on their projects. So that's the second one. And the third one, a future-proof talent pool. You need to make sure that the team that you have in your organization is future-proof. They are upgrading themselves all the time. They are learning new technologies. They are basically learning what's coming up in the future. So these are the three ways by which companies could ensure that the project team has the PMTQ, apart from, of course, the IQ and the EQ, and of course, the spiritual quotient. So, nearly 80% of the organizations have undergone a significant transformation over the past year using disruptive technologies. But believe me, just 25% of them have been really successful in achieving the goals that they sought out. So why is this? What's the problem? And any guesses? Why projects are not successful? Why only 25% of them are successful? And the answer to that is basically the people aspect. And some of the speakers today morning have talked about the people aspect of project management. And it's the most important aspect because the people are the ones that basically ensure the success of the projects. So people with the right skills, in the right job, in the right place, on the right project is what we need to ensure that transformation projects are successful. What are the kind of skills that project managers need? We went through waterfall, we went through agile, hybrid. Basically, project managers need to be flexible in their approach. They need to adapt the right kind of approach that's applicable on the project that they do. There are new methods like DevOps, or now you have DevOps, and you don't know what's coming up in the future. So as the new processes, as the new ways of doing things come up, the project management talent tool needs to adapt them, needs to learn them, and apply it on their projects. Building a change-ready organization. How do you build a change-ready organization? There is change everywhere. We cannot stop change. And the way we can do it is to put technology on the front and center. Build digital fluency across the enterprise, train the employees, make sure that they are technology enabled. Reimagine the career journeys. Like I told you, the careers of employees in the organizations change, their roles change. It's continuously evolving, and the only way is to assign project to teams and make sure that they deliver them. It's not the job description that matters. Think of the talent triangle, and talent triangle means not just project management technical skills, but also leadership skills and strategic and business management skills should be ingrained in the talent pool of project managers. I'm going to skip some slides in the interest of time. So the ROI of PMTQ. So as we anticipate that high PMTQ organizations or innovators ultimately perform much better than laggards in the PMTQ. That's the organizations that are not adapting PMTQ. So this means that waste in money is going to be less if organizations adapt PMTQ, and also projects are likely to meet their original goals. They'll be delivered on time, they'll be delivered much within the budget, and there'll be less scope creep, which is of great importance on projects. So these are the kind of talents that are required to be adapted by project managers of today if they want to stay relevant in this industry, if they want to stay relevant in this profession. They need to continuously upgrade and make sure that they know the technology that's coming up in the future. They need to adapt technology in everything they do on the projects. I would like to thank the chapter for inviting me here and for me to basically tell you what the future of project management is, what you as project managers need to do in order to keep yourself updated in terms of your talent. When someone asks you, what are you doing for a living? Your normal answer would be, I'm a project manager. But I would say that should not be the way you answer that question. The way you answer question would be that I make ideas a reality. And that's what all the project managers do. They make ideas a reality for every organization that they work for. We are helping organizations worldwide by providing a lot of knowledge, by providing the latest trends, and by adapting the latest techniques in project management. PMI as an organization, if you have seen the latest standard, has integrated Agile into the standard. And we will continue to adopt more and more such methods into our pool of publications. So we are upgrading ourselves continuously, and that's what we aim to do so in the future. We are helping organizations to navigate change. We are helping organizations to make sure that transformations are successful. And that's what our goal is. We are empowering people to make ideas a reality. And on behalf of PMI, I would like to thank all of you for whatever you're doing in this world, and all of you do for the profession of project management. Thank you very much.